I'm starting the session in child's pose. If you're following along, you're going to want to press your hips back towards your feet. You're going to feel a nice stretch through your spine. Feel free to pause the video here. This next stretch is for the upper back. You may feel a stretch through the shoulder depending on where you place that top hand. You want to ensure that your hips are level and stacked over the knees. I'm then going to take my first downward dog. So ensure you're pressing your hips backwards, heels towards the mat, chest towards your thighs. Moving on to kneeling lunges or low lunges, I'm actually flexing over to that right leg with my left arm to get a deeper stretch into that left hip flexor. You want to ensure you're keeping your knee above the ankle or above your toe, keeping the heel down. From my low lunge, I'm going to step back into plank. Feel free to hold plank. Otherwise, take it straight to downward dog. This transition is great for building strength. Again, pressing everything back towards my legs, heels towards the mat. If floating is part of your practice, feel free to hop to your hands before coming down onto the floor. The next exercise focuses on opening the hips. So you want to externally rotate one leg, placing the ankle on the thigh. You want to keep the toes flexed to mobilize the ankle and knee joint. If the knee is safe, you can apply some pressure down onto the thigh. Another option is to apply an equal amount of pressure back into the hand. So by drawing my knee across the midline of my body, I can still stretch out my hip musculature. You may find performing this stretch before the previous stretch more effective. If you do, just ensure you're stretching out both sides. Pause the video when you need to. So I'm back in downward dog. This is a mini flow, it's nothing too intense. Feel free to drop your knees down. I'm releasing my flexors before finding my hip extension in bow pose. So I'm just drawing my foot towards my buttocks. You want to do both sides, and then you're going to want to reach back for both feet. And then with the strength of your upper back and your legs, you're going to want to lift away from the floor. Cobra is another nice chest opener, requires lots of upper back engagement. My Cobra has definitely improved over the last year. And then option to press back to downward dog. Holding downward dog for roughly 5 to 7 seconds, and then floating to your hands if you wish, otherwise lower down onto your knees. And then bringing the soles of the feet together, knees out. You can start to apply a bit of downward pressure onto the legs. If at any point you feel any discomfort through the knees, I would suggest you don't apply any force. So we're back on hands and knees. This is heart to earth pose. You want to keep your hips stacked above your knees, and then you're melting your chest down towards the mat. For a more restorative session, you can root down through your forearms, lift your hips for dolphin. You can play with walking your feet in, or even kicking one leg up gently for forearm stand. So we're pressing back to downward dog from child's pose. We're going to take a vinyasa here to up dog, back to down dog. And then I'm taking my right foot forwards for my warrior two. Keeping the knee over the ankle, weight through both legs, and then I'm reversing my warrior before taking both hands down, vinyasa, up dog, and then back to downward dog. So you're going to want to repeat this on both sides. So pause the video now, and then taking your child's pose. This is my favourite constructive rest position. I can lay here for a good 10 minutes. So good for opening up the chest if you tend to sit at the desk for long periods. But that pretty much sums up this mini sequence. Hope you enjoyed. Please leave me your comments down below.